The economy of the Sukhothai kingdom. Sukhotai's economy was self-sufficient because each family produced what was needed internally. To illustrate this, each family grew its own rice, fruits, and vegetables, weaved its own clothes, and made its own tools. If there were surplus in production or some members of the family had special skills in producing a particular type of goods, then those products or goods would be sold at Basan Market, which was a public place for domestic trade. Goods such as textiles, earthenware, silverware, and gold ornaments would be sold at the market. Sometimes the goods were transported by land or water routes to other cities. Therefore, the economy of the Sukhothai kingdom depended heavily on agriculture and trade. Agriculture. According to the information shown in stone inscriptions, agriculture was the main source of income for most of the Sukhothai people. They grew rice and other agriculture crops such as mango trees, coconut trees, tamarind trees, areca palms, and betel. Because of the topography of Sukhothai, farming cannot be done without irrigation system. Some areas were too steep, while some were lowland areas that would be flooded during the rainy season. Three main rivers flowed through the kingdom. To illustrate this, the Yom River flowed through Sisachanalai and Sukhothai. The Ping River flowed through Tak and Kampang Phet, and the Nan River flowed through Pisanulok and Pichet. Without irrigation, there were the problems of either too little water or too much water. During the dry season, water available was not enough for cultivation, but during the wet season, all the lowland would be flooded. Sukhothai stone inscriptions show that the Sukhothai kingdom had huge irrigation system. With local wisdom, Sukhothai people built a huge levee carrying water from the mountain toward many canals, and finally kept in a large number of man-made moats and ponds called Tapang in Thai. This long levee is called Praruang Road, starting from Sisachanalai to Sukhothai. There were a lot of archaeological remains of these ancient levees around the city of Sukhothai. According to the Sukhothai stone inscriptions, the Sanskrit word Saritpong, meaning a dam or a levee, was mentioned from time to time. However, the local people usually called the Sukhothai dam as Thamnoparuang. These two terms indicated and the importance of the irrigation system of Sukhothai. The remains of villages around the ancient city of Sukhothai helped us to understand the geographical features, agriculture, and irrigation management during the Sukhothai period. The ancient villagers of Sukhothai used both water from nature and also water from irrigation system. There were many important canals such as Klong Mae Lampan and Klong Sao Ho. Other canals flow onto with these two canals, such as Klong Bung Han and Klong Sawa. It should be noted that ancient irrigation system in Sukhothai was not to build a big dam like what is usually done in the present, but rather to divert the flow of water to prevent flooding of the town located on the slope. In the western part of the town, there was Klong Melampan, flowing water to the Yom River. People also laid pipes and built waterways, bringing water into the heart of the city. There were different types of rice farming practiced by the ancient Sukhothai farmers, namely Na Tang Fa, relying heavily on seasonal rains, Na Muang and Na Phai. All types of rice farming in the ancient Sukhothai was always a community affair. In addition, the ancient Sukhothai people dug canals, moats, trapang, and ponds for bringing in water for the purpose of human consumption and agricultural usage, so that people would never face the lack of water even during the dry season. There was a well-known quote at the time stating that Sukhothai had prospered because in the water there are fish and in the field there is rice. Trade. There were two main types of trading in the kingdom of Sukhothai: domestic trade and international trade. Bartering had been the main method of trading within the kingdom. People exchanged their own products with such necessities as clothes, earthenware, and ceramic products, basket work, and knives at Prasan Market, which was the public marketplace at the time. The Sankalok ceramic wares were significant export items of Sukhothai. Archaeologists found ancient Sankalok potteries made in Sisachanalai scattered around the Gulf of Siam. These were en route to Batavia, Malacca, and other major trading centers in Southeast Asia. And the Middle East, archaeologists also found evidence of the Sankalok potteries in ancient sunken ships in territorial waters of Thailand. Foreign trade was very important for the economy of the Sukhothai kingdom, since it was situated on the transportation routes of major waterways. The routes were along the Yom, the Nan, and the Pasak River in the east. The northern route could help reaching traders in the area around the Mekong River. For the southern route, there were the Ping River route and the Chao Phraya route that people could reach Nakhon Si Thammarat. In the west, there were routes to Phukam, Myanmar, and the frontier cities of the Mon Kingdom, and onward to the Gulf of Bengal. From the seaports there, India and Ceylon were accessible. China was another significant trading partner. Chinese merchants would bring silk and ceramics to trade for Sukhothai's local handicrafts and forest products. The Chinese silk and ceramics were sold mostly to the elites of the Sukhothai social circles. Sukhothai citizens could freely trade with foreign traders. Sukhothai rulers promoted import and export trades. The border taxes called Janggo was exempted. The stone inscription volume 1 had written that The ruler does not take chunk of taxes. The subjects were able to trade horses, cows, elephants, and silver or gold products freely.